Hey, this is Chris Jericho, and you're listening to Awesome Pod, the only wrestling pod that I listen to.
It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's Awesome Pod. It's Darcy the Mail Girl, Shorty Taylor, and Brendan Petrizzo. Explain Dynamite and Rampage, we are here.
And Mistress Harley.
Oh my God, it's Johnny Taylor and it's the Awesome Pod. How are we? I missed last week, which was a bummer because it was a great episode and I didn't get to talk about the pay-per-view, but it's okay. Y'all handled it very well. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about Mistress Harley and Diana Prince.
Hell
How you guys
yeah.
up to?
Bitches in the
How
house.
are you? How are you guys?
Amazing.
I mean, always incredible.
Yes. I've missed you guys. It's been, I don't know, has it been a week? Has it been, seems I only missed one
You're
episode. I
busy
think I only
doing
missed one
birthday
episode.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
happy
it's my
birthday, Johnny
birthday.
Taylor.
Thank you. Thank you so much. 47 years old.
Johnny,
3 years from 50.
never tell anyone your real age. You are 27
Oh,
for the 20th time.
man.
Or,
I'm
you know,
27.
go with the times of flat circle theory and don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I'm caring less and less as the years go by.
Good.
As my candle comes to an end, you can see the drippage of my life unfold.
Oh my God, you're
I'm
going
just,
full like
I
T.S.
know.
Eliot Wasteland at the beginning of the
I'm
podcast,
just-
Johnny. Pull back.
It's wrestling, man.
I'm just accepting my eventual demise.
Yeah, and the beast slouches toward Bethlehem, waiting to be born. But let's talk
Yes.
about AEW Dynamite from March 6th.
Woo!
Okay, let's do
That
it.
gives life meaning.
there you
Fuck
go.
yeah. Watch other people go through the suffering of time and that flat circle that you don't have to do. That's my favorite part. Diana,
go.
were you at the Gas South Arena in Duluth, Georgia? Were you there?
I was.
Ooh, give us the essential and sensual like description. What did it smell like? What did it feel
Ooh,
like? Was the
sensual.
energy in the air?
Okay, let's see. I'll do it sensually.
Yes.
It is a very huge arena. It's very confusing to get into. So if you ever go like an hour or so early because you're gonna have trouble. But
Oh,
other
so like
than that,
SoFi.
it's worse, probably more confusing and harder
Oh.
to get to, and like just a pain in the butt. And it's like not in Atlanta proper. It's like an hour out, but.
Oh, they always
all
do
that-
that. They always
all
say
of
like it's in
that-
San
I know.
Francisco
Like,
and it's
welcome
in San
Atlanta.
Jose.
Nah. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly like that. It's like, this is a lie, man. This is not Atlanta. But the crowd was amazing and they were super into it. And I think I'd heard they were a little bit worried because sales weren't so great. But it looked packed to me. So I don't know what they were talking about. Maybe it was early on and it picked up or something. But it was an amazing crowd who was really happy to be there. So I was happy to be there too.
Oh, and the people that missed it were probably fucking kicking themselves because there was action to speak of.
Yeah, I was actually worried because they hadn't really announced what was going to happen as of like show start time. They kind of announced 2 matches. I'm like, man, coming after that super strong pay-per-view, that's a bold choice. But I guess they knew what they were doing because like action after action, just surprises aplenty for us. so.
Yeah.
And that's part of the mystique of wrestling. The card is always subject to change. You might think you're going to see the Macho Man fight Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and it's something completely different. But
So
That was
remind
so
us what was first, Harley.
yeah, so what was first? Okay, did you see the Tony Schiavone interview with Swerve Strickland, which was what opened on TV?
No.
Okay, so Swerve just said what we talked about regarding the pay-per-view, where he was not defeated.
Oh, wait, I did.
Okay.
Wait, yes. And then they came in and that started it. Yeah, sorry. My
Yes.
bad.
Yeah, no, but he wasn't defeated. He's going to come for Joe's belt. Making Hangman Adam Page tap out is like, that's the easiest bicycle to ride on the AEW show.
Oh, who said it? Was it on the show or somebody was talking to you? But like somebody had a really good theory that Hangman tapped just so Swerve didn't get it.
Oh yeah, we talked about that on the pod. You were here, Diana. We were together.
We're basically sponsored by weed. What do you want from me? But that
She's
theory
all-
is great.
You always said that. Oh wait, it was me.
Yes. The AEW pod brought to you by weed. Yeah.
Well, I think it's a good theory.
So
That's
Samoa
yeah.
Joe, he came into the ring to address these issues, and they had chit chat, and then they decided like they wanted to have the match right now. But then that led into ROH World Tag Team Champions Mr. Maria Kanellis and Matt Taven versus Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland as a tag team.
Okay, can I be honest? I don't give a fuck about Ring of Honor.
How dare you?
Like, them defending these belts on Dynamite, I'm like, why?
Because you gotta get people to care.
Exactly, you gotta give the men something to fight about. Like, if it's not a belt, what do you want to give them, Johnny? Like a cake? A kitten?
I don't know that it's the physical belt that's an issue. I think it's the fact that it belongs in Ring of Honor that's the issue.
Right.
So you don't like
Ring
the
of
brand.
Honor kitten, and it'll still be the same.
I see.
I've always loved Ring of Honor, but like, can we keep it a little separate?
Okay.
Well, like tonight they filmed Collision tonight in the same arena, and they had Ring of Honor before and Ring of Honor after. It's like you can't get away from it if you go to a live show for sure.
I admit Ring of Honor feels a little bit like NXT if you watch the WWE show.
It's definitely that vibe.
There's a little bit of the training ground. You really get to see the people that are kind of, if they're good enough, they're going to get onto Collision, Dynamite. We're going to see them on the other shows.
Here's what I think bugs me about it. Ring of Honor is clearly the B show. So you have Ring of Honor people. You have Ring of Honor people come up to AEW. It's like it shouldn't be believable that they would be competitive with people on the A show because it seems like the minor leagues. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see
that's
your
what bothers
point.
me. Like the parody seems off. But I don't know.
But let's talk about this tag team match. Like, forget the belts. Let's talk about the match. Because Mr. Maria Kanellis, Mike Bennett, I can never remember him because he's like standard white guy number 6. And I'm like, oh, right, he's married to that beautiful, rich, powerful woman. And Matt Taven, I can never remember. I'm so glad he puts his name on his pants. Because I'm like, who is that guy? Oh, right, Matt Taven. Desperately in need of a gimmick.
He also says his name quite often, so there's that gimmick. He like will be in the middle of the ring like, I'm Mike Taven. Matt Taven? It doesn't
Matt.
work.
Yeah. But it's a good thing he says his name all the time. Yeah.
But actually I have new respect for him after his Orange Cassidy match.
Ah.
That was a great match.
Before he was kind of just like the, guy in background, but now I'm like, oh, he's got some shit. I didn't recognize your game before, but now I get it.
But ultimately, Swerve was able to pin Taven for the win in that match, which was, like Samoa Joe did his Joe stuff. But then it was like all interruptions. So then Wardlow comes in and Swerve's distracted, which is some bullshit. And then Samoa Joe locks Swerve in a sleeper until he KOs him. And like, I know that there's this building beef, right, between Swerve and Joe. But what the fuck is Wardlow doing here?
He's trying to get in on it.
I mean, obviously he's trying to dick ride his way into some kind of match.
Well, I know it's Adam Cole's goal to like guide him to be world champion again, right? So I guess he's trying to work his way up there.
I guess.
He's just trying to get involved.
Why doesn't Cole want to be world champion?
Because he's crippled right now.
Oh, right, back to the crip walk, yeah.
He's a crippled bitch. The
Or just like tripping, like holy crap, like what an injury to go out on this long for.
Yeah,
Holy
note
crap.
to the fans, when we make fun of the Crips, we're making fun of wrestling, not actual disabled people.
Of
But
course.
speaking of making fun of people, I have a Brendan Petrizzo, always late, but comes to the party.
I am here reporting live from a movie set, and absolutely no one knows I'm hiding in the corner.
Brendan,
Oh,
always
man.
in the closet, but somehow still gay.
yeah. yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
feel like he's been out of the closet for a while.
But still in and out, you know?
He's in a closet,
I'm in an
for sure.
office. No, I'm in an office actually. It's really cool. There's like these cool chandeliers.
What I love about Brendan is he sneaks away from his actual legitimate job to come talk about wrestling for free.
That's commitment.
And I will say this, I can't say anything else, but I'm working on a movie right now with I don't even want to say it, but it's pretty cool. Maybe I'll get in trouble. I don't know.
Now you have to say it because you teased us, Brendan.
Yeah, come on, Brandon.
I will say it. I will say it next week just because we just started.
Oh, the long
Not do like
tease.
Tony Khan.
But
with
here,
his
wait.
announcement.
Right, my big announcement
Well-
next week.
But I will say this: she was in Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, so did not know that until day one of filming, and I was so excited.
This is not
Oh my
wrestling.
God.
Did you watch
Is
Dynamite?
is it Mariel Hemingway?
Say it again.
I said, is it Mariel Hemingway? It's not.
No.
Is it Adrian Barbeau?
You know it's a talkie podcast, right?
Meryl Streep?
Yeah, Brendan
People
is
can't
now
see your
making
gestures.
faces. Listeners, Brendan is making faces. He looks like he's hiding in a closet. There's a light behind him, and he looks embarrassed, and no one knows why.
I'm not. I'm just, girl. It is. We're doing a party scene, and there are all these background in there, and like the heat keeps rising up to the production office. So like all day is just like.
Okay, but why is
Please let
Samoa
me.
Joe fighting Wardlow next week or at Big Business? Why?
Because they needed us to talk about something on the podcast, and they were like, we need something interesting to discuss.
But will
That's
Wardlow
actually
stop
a-
bitching now that nobody gives him any opportunities? Like, nobody ever lets me get a chance at the belt. Will he stop crying now?
I personally,
No.
Go,
can
Johnny.
I say this? I didn't
Go for
talk about this because I missed it. But Wardlow, his best promo ever happened on Collision last week.
Oh my god, yes, with Jericho too, right? Like both of
Yeah.
them together was so good.
That
I
was
was
the
wondering
best.
why they were together, though. Like, are they about to turn Jericho heel?
No, they got to keep
I
Jericho.
think that'd be
Jericho's
cool,
doing the
though.
Jericho's
That'd be
doing the
fun.
Lucha World Tour right now.
He really
Lucha,
is.
Lucha,
he-
Lucha.
He
He's,
just had an
uh,
amazing match with T-Talk. If
It
you
was-
guys, it's coming up on Collision, which they recorded tonight, that we got to see
Ooh.
early. So watch that. Like he has an amazing way of making us care about these wrestlers we haven't heard of, and he's doing it Lionheart style. So it's super fun to see.
I love
Yeah,
that
I'm
we get
loving the
updates
Lionheart.
from the future from Diana. That's cool.
I mean, a whole gang of Atlanta people saw it.
No, it's awesome. It's like you're telling us, like you're predicting. You already know. But
I
speaking
predict
of
it's gonna be awesome.
Jericho, after that Samoa Joe Wardlow bullshit, Renee Paquette was backstage interviewing Hook, and Jericho interrupted and did a whole promo about how he never respected Hook until like just this last Sunday, and now he respects Hook.
Well,
Yeah,
it's 'cause,
there's-
you know, Hook hurt the shit out of him, so respect earned.
No, I loved it. It was
Yeah.
a great promo. It was like, okay, now that we've like beaten each other up, I respect you. And they fist bumped. It was cute.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
Very cute.
And then next we had a huge announcement from the Young Bucks. And okay, fuck the Bucks, but we got the FTW Championship match, which we should talk about. But then the signing, can I even wait to talk about the signing? Can I wait? You
Wait,
guys.
why would you wait?
I don't want to wait.
Go ahead.
I know the fucking Rainmaker, you guys.
Oh,
Like,
duh.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Okada.
Okada. Like, I feel like AEW is just snatching up fucking talent. They're like, okay,
Yes.
Will Osprey, check. Okada, check. Like, everyone from New Japan, every luchador that is worth their salt, checkity, check, check, check. Like, fuck yeah.
Dude, my audience, like everyone around me died when he came out. It was just like people were Lord have mercy and just passing out all around me. Like they could not.
Oh man, I love it.
It was amazing. Like
The
fuck.
fact that shows how smart AEW fans are. Because if Okada would have shown up in WWE, 80% of them wouldn't have known who the fuck it was.
That's crazy.
We lost Brendan and none of us noticed. So, moving on.
He came to give us that sweet Scooby Doo on Zombie Island tea. Good
Oh my god, what a tease.
I know, he really is a tease. But yeah, that signing, everybody popped. All of us at home popped. Everyone who watches wrestling, watches New Japan, everyone knows who this guy is. And I don't know if this is true, but I read that he is making money. Like big money.
He's
Speaking
the
of the Rain.
Rainmaker, baby.
I read like $13 million. Like,
Wow,
nice.
good for him.
I don't know if
That's
it's
a
true.
lot. That's a
just
lot of cash. Good
that's
Lord.
dirt sheet shit, you guys. But yeah,
I mean, I feel like Tony Khan sneezes that out of his butt every morning, so it's fine.
Dear Tony Khan, send me your address.
Yeah, please.
But before we move on, we have to say the other two big announcements. Like, of course, that was a big one, and that he's part of the EVPs now. Holy fuck!
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I know.
true.
But they also said big news: Hangman is suspended indefinitely,
Yeah.
And
and
so
Kenny is fired.
yes,
Yeah.
That's huge, y'all.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
we didn't even talk about Sammy Guevara's suspension after
yeah,
fucking
that's a
dropping
shoot.
Double J on his head. Yeah.
That's a shoot. Yeah, that's yeah, I mean that didn't look good.
I mean, look, Sammy is a beautiful young man, but he drops people, and that is bad. That does not make
Ooh,
you a good wrestler or a good
that was
dancer or good in
that was
bed. You ever have a guy hold
yeah.
you up while he's banging you? If he drops you, like, you're never banging him again.
It's true. It takes a lot
That's
of
a fair
trust.
point. That's a fair point.
Exactly. So, you're right, Diana. Like, there was so many announcements. I hate that I see the Bucks so often, but they do tell me stuff that I am interested in. So,
They have such a weird, smarmy way too. Like I feel like they could have done it super heely. They did it kind of joke heely. I don't know. Very
It
Bucks of
reminds me,
them.
they remind me of like 60s Batman Riddler or
Dude, yes.
where they're just being like ridiculous. Like, my plan is to give all the fish in Gotham smiles. You know?
Oh my god, it's exactly them.
And I kind of like it. I hate to admit it because I've been in the fuck the Bucks wagon for too long, but I'm like, it's growing on me. And I always say if you hate someone in wrestling and they're heel, they're probably doing a good job.
Yeah, well, they're doing a great job then.
That's right.
Way to go, guys.
Dear fans who hate me, it's because I'm so great. All right, so the Fuck the World Championship match with Hook versus Brian Cage. I mean, Hook is so good. He's like, he could have been a luchador if he was born somewhere else. You know what I mean?
You know what's awesome about Hook and now is when he faces off against a real gigantic dude, he has learned how to make it like believable that he could do it. And I got to give Brian Cage a lot of credit. He sold his ass off for Hook in this match.
Oh, yeah, and this match had chairs, it had thumbtacks. You guys know I fucking love thumbtacks.
Dude, this match was insane. And Brian Cage's gear, does that count as a gimmick for you? He looks amazing.
I mean, come out
He came out in
wearing...
his, like, cape, and it was based off the video game. I can't remember it right now.
Come
but
out
very
in a
cool.
cage. Come out wearing a chastity cage. Break out of a cage. Remember when they would always put like Chyna in a cage and she'd have to break out of the cage to help Triple H because he was a big pussy? Like, I want more actual Cage.
Interesting. That would be good for him.
Yeah, but it
Cage
was...
in a cage.
The new gear is a good step up, at least.
Yeah, I thought he looked good.
Yeah, he's working. He's working. He is here and he is at work. His face always says like, "I'm Brian Cage and I'm at work." Um, and so the
I
ref
saw him at the
actually,
airport today.
yes. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did he look covered in blood? Did he still have thumbtacks in him?
He looked like he was doing okay.
Did the TSA have to stop him because he went through the metal detector and he still had thumbtacks in his flesh?
Absolutely. It was a whole to do.
Yes. These are the
That's a-
behind the scenes that I
That's a
definitely
street fight,
want.
right?
But so Hook won the match, but it was via ref stoppage, and then out of nowhere, like there was Toa Leona came out and stomped Hook, and then Jericho ran out to the ring with I swear it was a Sting baseball bat. I saw those baseball bats hanging in Sting's dressing room, and then Jericho ran out with the baseball bat to help Hook, and he murdered everybody. It was incredible.
It was incredible. But wasn't it just Floyd? Did he have a different
I
bat
think,
than
it was
Floyd?
just, I think it was Floyd. It looked like
Yeah,
Floyd
he's
to
had
me.
Floyd since Sting, before Sting was even here. So
Oh, okay, fair enough. I just, the pay-per-view, or when the Bucks were looking for Sting and they went into his dressing room and it was just like full of
Yeah.
bats. And I was like, oh, they have one of the Sting bats. But, fair enough.
oh yeah, but he came out hardcore, man. He's definitely standing up for Hook.
Dude, cardio. Chris Jericho, he runs like the Terminator in Terminator 2. I'm a long distance runner, for those of you that don't know. I run marathons and shit. I look at people's running form. And Chris Jericho's got great form, man. He's like, have you seen this boy? Like, he, like that kind of running.
Nice.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I gotta say, Jericho's in really great shape right now.
He is. Has he
Yay.
ever run a marathon, I wonder? Like, I would love to see him, like, do an Ironman or something. I bet he could.
I feel like running's not his thing.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Only
enough.
to come make amazing saves in the ring.
That's how. He just has that much power to get to the ring.
Exactly. He runs on sheer hate.
Yes! The power of hate compels him! So after that incredible match and spot, then we're like, we're taken down a notch. We go backstage, back to Renee Paquette and the I Never Have Any Energy Orange Cassidy, Trent and Chuck Taylor, not
It's
the
a
shoe.
gimmick.
What? I'm sorry.
He-
What?
Energy. It's a
Awesome.
gimmick. It's
What? What?
He
a
has
gimmick.
all
It's
the energy.
just a
He's on
gimmick.
basically every show. After this, he did Rampage. Like, he is fucking working his ass off. So he has to preserve his energy for when it really matters.
Mm.
Because he works harder than I think anybody. I think he works more than anyone for sure.
Okay, I want to see
I
him
agree,
run a
Diana.
marathon with his hands in his pockets.
I
You wanna
could.
see
I
him?
bet he could at least run a 5K.
Dude,
I
5Ks I
bet.
fucking eat for breakfast. That's a nothing. But anyway,
I bet he could run a half marathon maybe.
yeah, half marathon's all right. The Disney half is super fun
Okay.
because they let you run backstage in the park when no one is there. Just FYI. So Orange Cassidy, like basically they announced that in the coming weeks the AEW World Tag Team Champions will be decided via tournament. And so they are going to get their first match at Rampage.
Yay.
Yay! You
Yeah.
guys, okay, Johnny
I-
feels nothing.
I like-
Johnny's dead inside.
I like that. Listen, I just want FTR to win it.
Is it their mustaches that you love?
I just love school there.
Okay, old school. You know what?
Makes
To
me
be
happy.
fair,
Makes me-
there's
makes me happy.
always an audience for old school.
True.
I'm a
I'm
little
that
bit
guy.
more new wave myself, but But the next match, oh my god, the next match. You guys, Kill Switch with the Patriarch versus Daddy Magic, who is rocking the dad bod. But okay, I can't even talk about the match because of how Christian Cage like stole the belt and then ran away
Oh
and
my
then
God.
pulled someone out of an SUV and then drove the SUV off into the night. You guys, I was laughing so hard, like actually LOLing.
Same. So fucking good.
Did you
Yeah,
guys see it
this was amazing.
in the stadium? They showed it to you on the screen, right?
Yeah, they had the big Jumbotron thing.
What was the crowd's reaction to this? Was
We were
everybody
all
laughing?
We were all dying.
It was so good. It reminded me of like old school, like hardcore match kind of stuff. I love this stuff.
I do too.
And Adam Copeland is just
Yeah, it
like
was
threatening
dope.
the camera because there is no Christian to threaten. He's gone.
But he looks good too. Looks like he's been working out while he was gone.
Really good.
Everybody's keeping
Yeah,
it
he
tight
looked
and
yoked
right.
as fuck.
What was that, Johnny? You were destroyed by robots.
He looked yoked up.
Yeah. No, everybody looks
I
like,
thought
I
Adam
mean,
Copeland looked great.
they all have been taking care of themselves. But so, okay, we should go backwards and just talk about the match real quick between Killswitch and Daddy Magic. Like, it was a fun match, but what came after the match, like Daniel Garcia, Nick Wayne, it was like the match, I couldn't even get into it because too much other stuff was happening.
The match itself was pretty quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
it was really a setup.
Great, but Dynamite is straight up Nitro right now. Dynamite feels like Nitro right now, and I'm here for it.
Yes, I agree, and I am also here for it.
I am also here for it.
So much chaos, so many run-ins.
I love that shit. We've asked for more like storytelling and writing on this podcast, and they're giving it to us, and I'm so glad.
Yay! Thank you, writers.
Yeah, thank you, writers, for listening to the Awesome Pod. Johnny left, but now he's back. Unlike Brendan, who's maybe gone forever.
I feel like Johnny's having some Wi-Fi.
I don't know what happened. It just put me backstage.
But the gods,
I don't know what the fuck's
they're cruel.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yay.
But speaking of being backstage, we get a segment with the lovely Renee Paquette interviewing Kyle O'Reilly. I have to admit, you guys, I never remember Kyle O'Reilly. Every single time, I'm like, who is this guy?
Dude, I fucking love Kyle O'Reilly.
Tell me why. Tell me why you love him.
I just think he's really great in the ring. And they talk more because he's got a great personality. He's very funny. I heard him on Talk is Jericho. Really, dude, super charismatic.
Okay, good episode of Talk is Jericho for a introduction to Kyle O'Reilly then. Maybe I'll remember him.
Yeah, he's cool. And he can work his ass off too.
Yeah, they need to give him more talk time, like you said, because the people that aren't familiar with him, he's not selling it right now.
Yeah, and maybe give him a gimmick. Have him come out with a leprechaun and a 4-leaf clover if he's going to be an O'Reilly. Give me something. Like, I'm like a little kid with cartoons. I only remember the talking dog and the guy in the ghost face, right? Like, you got to give me something to latch onto. But he talks about how he's got nothing but love and respect for the Undisputed Kingdom. And I don't know. He's like, it's good to be here. Yeah.
No one loves and respects the Undisputed Kingdom.
Undisputed, it started to become a real dumb name because every episode they are literally disputed. If you weren't disputed, you wouldn't be at wrestling.
That's a good point.
So then we get a Tony Schiavone with the Young Bucks in the ring. And I loved this segment too, where they're like, we have announcements. And then Eddie Kingston comes and he's like, I was warned that if I talk crap, I'd be fined. And then he throws money at the Bucks. Yes. You guys,
yeah, so funny.
I mean, dear listeners, throwing money at people is not a hurtful act.
Well, he was just warning them that he was about to spend a bunch of money putting their asses down.
Yeah, you know what? Warn me every day, twice a day, Eddie Kingston.
3 times on Sunday.
Yeah.
I actually really liked this segment. I thought Eddie Kingston. I like Eddie Kingston, and I thought he came off really well in this segment.
I begrudgingly like Eddie Kingston.
I begrudgingly like him as well, and this is the first time I could tell that he has also lost weight. You had mentioned that, and I look for it this time, like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking svelte. Like, is Tony Khan putting them on the Russian starvation diet, or like what's going on? But everybody's looking great.
Good for everyone.
I heard, I do not know this if it is true, but I heard that WWE has like a staff plastic surgeon that like does whatever you want if you work there. Like,
Oh,
hey, I want like new tits or whatever, and they'll just give them to you. I wonder if Tony Khan is starting to like, hey, we just need like an injector and maybe, some people backstage, which
I feel
I've
like
nothing.
no.
No? Okay, I have
No,
nothing but respect for that shit. So,
I don't think that would be Eddie Kingston's thing anyway.
Oh my God, give him big juicy lips.
I'm just imagining. I'm just imagining Eddie Kingston liposuction and big filler in his lips.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
here
Eddie
for it.
Kingston, but a Bratz doll.
I'm here for it. Do it.
Fucking
Perfect.
stop.
Okay, but Eddie Kingston throwing money at the Bucks is what inevitably led into the announcement of the Rainmaker Okada. And like everybody was so stoked about it. I feel so hyped for AEW that they're getting these signings. They're just getting really good people, and wrestling fans care about their favorites. We care. We follow our favorites. We do.
Completely.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
everybody agrees with me. Let's talk
like
about the women's match. Chris Statlander with fucking Stokely Hathaway and Riho, who is such a fucking performer. Oh my god.
There was this sweet little older
yeah,
lady that was sitting next to me at the event, and she'd never seen Riho before, and she was just freaked out. She's like, "Oh my goodness, she's just too little to be here. Why are they making her do this? She's so little." I was
Oh
like,
my
"No,
god.
she's a badass." She's like, "No, I can't
I
look.
love
She's
it.
so tiny."
Oh, she's tiny and she always does like a really cute, like Sailor Moon-esque cosplay homage. And she's bendy and flippy. She's like
Yeah.
everything I love in a women's wrestler.
She
for
was
real.
the world champion, man. Don't sell her short because of her size,
No,
No pun
absolutely
intended.
not. Absolutely not. And, Statlander's strong. Chris is fucking so strong. But Riho has the agility, that dexterity. Again, like almost luchador kind of moveset. I really enjoyed this match.
I did too.
Johnny
Really
told me you
good.
loved it.
It was actually, I thought from like a technical standpoint, one of the matches of the night. I really liked it.
All right. I
Riho,
love that.
first off, she she's so small, Riho, but you got that big size differential. They both sold really well, and I thought everything made sense. I thought it was a really, really good match.
It was a great match. I mean, there was a point where, they do a picture in picture during commercial, and Chris Statlander had Riho in the standing suplex, the vertical standing suplex for so long. I thought that my
Forever.
TV had like frozen. I was like, oh shit, did it freeze? But I could still see the fans moving, and it was just a show of strength. It was really incredible. And I could see the crowd losing their mind and like, this is awesome. And then Hathaway tried to like give Statlander a chain, and then Statlander was like, "No, I don't play dirty." And then nobody thought she needed the chain, but then she needed it. You know what I mean? Because Riho won.
Some need the chain. Yeah, she could have used chain.
I mean, she could have, but she was too clean. Chris Statlander's a
It
face.
got
I
it
feel like
got
they're
it
gonna
shows you
realize
the
that.
genius of Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna have to realize Stokely's not the dude for her. If like every week he's saying, "Here, cheat," and she doesn't want to, it's like, well, maybe we should, end this partnership.
Yeah, it's like dating a
Yeah,
cigarette smoker if you're not a cigarette smoker.
It's totally like that.
like what did you think when she's like, yeah, I'm gonna have Stokely Hathaway as my manager. He cheats. Like, how did the negotiation go? It was just like, yeah, I know I'm a baby face. He's like, well, I'm kind of a heel. And I'm like, yeah, let's just try it.
Well, she doesn't mind when Stokely does her dirty work. She doesn't mind when he's a distraction or the ref's not looking. But like me doing the dirty work, I'm the mob boss. No, that's for you.
Mm,
Yeah.
preach.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I feel like she doesn't like condone it when he does, right? I think she's kind of unaware. I don't remember seeing her being like noticing him doing a distraction thing and being like, good job or anything.
into
No, but
it. Yeah,
silence is violence.
Okay.
that's true. But it's
Actually, I
non-consensual.
had a yeah, I actually had a question for you regarding veganism in wrestling, Diana.
All
If
right.
one man drinks the blood of another man in a wrestling match, is it, and it's consensual, is it still, can you still be vegan or do you have to spit it out? What are the rules?
I
Hmm.
mean, a lot of vegans have a lot of different rules. Like,
Fair.
I would say it was fine, especially if you spit it out. But
All right.
other people might argue. Like a lot of people say you can't have honey. I think it's fine. If you
Yeah.
want honey, have
Okay.
honey.
Just,
If you
just,
Fair.
want
just don't
blood, have some
swallow.
blood.
Yeah, so spit, don't swallow human blood.
Spit, don't
That's,
swallow.
you
Yeah,
know, that's actually great advice, Diana, for the fans. Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah.
We're all
That's a
about
great
safety here.
That's a great T-shirt. Vegan vampires.
Oh,
Spit, don't swallow.
yeah, once we get our merch up and running, we'll have a spit, don't swallow, awesome
Oh,
pod shirt.
honestly, I like that. I would wear that.
Fuck
Make it all like
yeah.
blood writing. Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah. Now
Hot.
we're talking.
But I want human blood in the mouth of Tony Storm, who was backstage with Renee Paquette, Mariah May, and Luther, and she said that she would be presenting her first Tony with an I award. Doesn't want to get sued. So cute. But then, like, Renee says that in big business, Tony's gonna go one on one with Riho? Or no, with Stokely? Shit, I'm all fucked up.
What?
No, sorry, it was Renee, then was backstage with Stokely and Willow Nightingale, and then Chris Statlander was there. They stacked all these women's segments together, and my brain pushed them all together.
They
Well,
continue
I
to
feel
do it.
like
Yeah.
Tony's not fighting Stokely.
No, no, it is.
I'd be here for it, but I don't think it was announced.
No.
I mean, it sounds amazing.
No, it would be. I want Riho to fight Stokely Hathaway.
I do too.
But no, so Willow Nightingale, she is gonna fight everybody. She's gonna beat Riho, she's gonna beat Julia Hart, she's gonna be the face of TBS. That was what they had to say.
I feel like Johnny's here for that for sure.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Women's
I like the
matches.
idea. I mean,
I
what I think it's ultimately going to do. Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead,
not as
Diana.
sold on Willow. Like I think she's cool and I like her happiness. Her vibe, but I'm just not super fan of hers yet.
It's
So.
hard to carry a gimmick
She's
that's
not.
like this baby face rainbow, I'm so happy and I'm going to murder my opponent. It's a dichotomy in
But
thought
in a
and
nice,
action.
polite way.
Yeah, like I'm going to politely murder you. Yay.
Yeah, I love Willow, but she doesn't come as like a credible threat for the title.
Totally.
So, you know, my theory is that this is all leading up to Mercedes Moné eventually challenging Tony Storm. You heard it here first.
I mean, it has to happen eventually, right?
It's definitely
I
happening.
certainly so.
All right, so after that ladies segment, then Tony Schiavone is interviewing Darby Allin. At first, he's talking about the match with Switchblade, but it's really like a what is it going to be like without Sting?
Aww.
And Darby Allin is relinquishing the tag team championship, I guess. You know, he's got to. He's full of blood. He's going to climb Mount Everest. Is that real?
I knowing
He
him, I
is.
would
He's
say
really
yeah.
doing it.
I mean,
Yeah, I've read
okay.
about it. He's actually going to do it. They're filming it.
Good for him.
At this point, is climbing Mount Everest like a masturbatory exercise in your own self-greatness?
I think it's
I
just,
mean, kind of, but
a bucket
still,
list thing. Why not?
I mean, right on,
yeah,
I guess.
kind of,
Just so
kind of
many
tight.
people have done it now.
Yeah, it's not a goal for me. I wouldn't care, but power to you if you like it.
Yeah, live your best life,
Yeah.
climb the mountain, come back, be spooky.
The dude behind me said the cutest thing when Darby was out there. He was just so sincerely just said, he's lost his smile.
Oh,
About Darby
Oh,
Allin. I'm like, okay.
oh man, we're going Shawn Michaels on it. That's amazing.
I
Yeah,
fucking love wrestling fans.
yeah, he's lost his smile.
But I hadn't thought about it. Like him without Sting is gonna be weird for a little bit, you know? I'm so used to them together.
I feel like he's gonna need another spooky, someone else in the spooky entourage. Maybe he can turn someone spooky. Maybe he can bite someone and they'll become undead. I don't know how it
He's
works.
not a vampire or a zombie.
Do you know that
He's
for
just
fact?
a dude in makeup.
He's just a
Mm.
skater.
Yeah.
Please don't ruin kayfabe for me, Diana.
But I don't feel like that was his kayfabe though. I think he just invented that.
He's just a skateboard kid. Um, can I say real quick, killer promo by Jay White.
Yeah, because he came
Yes.
up and interrupted it. He was like, "Sorry, I don't want to interrupt your sob story."
Dude, that promo from Jay White was a fucking masterpiece in my opinion. So good.
Yeah, and he was like, "I will do more than cut your bones up like you had last time, but you know, I'll talk, right?"
Yeah,
We'll see.
Because
really
nothing
strong shit.
compares to this Mark Briscoe fucking Crazy Eyes promo. I feel like he's taken Crazy Eyes and gone crazier. So I'm all about it.
Well, he found his gimmick.
And so he's
Yeah,
going to
he's
do
living it.
Atlanta Street Fight. Anything goes on Collision Saturday night.
So, since it was recorded already, I can say that's a fucking bonkers match and you guys should watch it.
Oh my
Okay,
God, I'm
cool.
completely going to watch it.
Yay.
But do you know, can you tell me, Diana, is Atlanta Street Fight, is that a standard anything goes, or is there something specific that you get, like extra?
They throw pieces at you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they
all
bring,
about
like,
the peaches and the tea.
oh, they bring peaches to the ring
Little
and the
peach
sweet
cart.
tea. Of course.
That's the only difference.
You give your opponent diabetes before you pin them. Smart.
Or diabetes, as we call it.
Oh yes, the beatus, right? So then Jay
Wilford
Lethal,
Brimley.
he interrupted, but it was like, "I've got your back, Mark Briscoe, and I'm bringing Jeff Jarrett with me." But Crazy Eyes, he may not know who is on his side. I'm worried.
I feel like Crazy Eyes will
Yeah,
always
I
find a
mean,
way.
I think it's fair. Yeah, I
Do you think
agree.
he knows how to play
Mark
a
Briscoe's.
banjo?
Oh, completely. Fucking grew
I
up
want
playing
him
the
to come out
banjo.
with like a banjo and like in one of those little canoes being carried by other dudes. That would be fun.
Harley,
Okay.
you gotta book. You gotta book your own show.
I mean,
Like,
I just hope Tony calls me. I've got nothing better to do than fantasy bookings, yo. All I
You
think
can
about,
step up Ring of Honor for him.
hey, all I think about all day is how to make
seriously.
men suffer. So I'd be incredible at the booking. But
Yeah, I'm like, make Mistress Harley the Ring of Honor.
you guys, I
I
deserve
think
better
I'm
than Ring of
interested.
Honor.
It's a
Well,
start,
you
though.
gotta
You have to
start
prove
somewhere, you
yourself.
know.
Mistress Harley starts at the top. So speaking of the top, the main event. I know you don't care about the ROH titles, Johnny, but it's still the ROH World TV Champion, Kyle Fletcher, versus Will Osprey, the
Holy
fucking
hell.
aerial assassin. This was a holy shit match.
Fuck yeah, it was.
Oh,
Oh
so
my
good.
gosh.
I mean, tombstone pile drivers, like top turnbuckle dives, avalanche dragon suplexes, power bombs. It was fucking incredible.
Dude, the
Yeah.
whole crowd was in bruv mode.
Did they
Yes.
chant bruv? Is that what they
Of
do?
course, we chanted bruv out our ass. There are people holding up bruv signs. Bruv was on my chest. We were in bruv mode, man. We were all here for Osprey.
Fans of wrestling like a nice single syllable chant. They do
We
not
do.
like Osprey too hard, but bruv, yes.
Bruv, bruv, bruv.
Yeah, even though I don't give a fuck about the Ring of Honor titles, I love Kyle Fletcher,
I do
and
too.
fucking A, was this a banger match?
I mean, Kyle, who? Osprey was in the ring, you guys.
No,
Oh,
exactly. And Kyle
dude,
like,
they
held
were
his own. So that's fucking
they were
great.
killer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's true. He didn't die. Fletcher didn't die, and that is pretty good when you're facing Will Osprey.
But he
And-
looked literally like maybe not on his level, but close to it. So like that fucking
Yeah,
elevated
I
him.
agree.
Yeah.
And they're good friends in real life, and they had incredible chemistry in the ring.
No, it was a great match. It's just Osprey steals the show. It's not Fletcher's fault that Osprey's really good.
Yeah, I mean, he might be the best pro wrestler in the world right now.
I
Honestly.
mean, it's hard to argue. You know, I like Ricochet, also New Japan champion, but they're both incredible. But after the match, then Bryan Danielson came to the ring, and I fucked Fletcher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like EYE. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I know.
no.
Are you trying to tell us
What happened, Mrs. Harley? You fucked
No.
him? Good Lord.
Oh my God! Of all the men on the roster, I mean, Kyle Fletcher,
Well, you could do
you're a
worse.
nice young boy. Please bring me my drink.
How
But
do you
really,
feel about his bleached hair?
I don't mind his bleached hair, but I want color. Like, make it pink, make it blue, make it something.
Oh yeah, I love that, and I kind of like it. It's like a throwback, like fucking early 2000s or some shit.
Or
You know,
I love
Kyle,
like 90s wrestling, it's like when everybody had like manic panic hair and the fishnet shirts. You guys know what I like.
I know you're trying to make him your fantasy.
and Kyle Fletcher and Sky Blue are together, and
Oh,
that is, I mean, that's
who
a
do you
pretty
think
hot
is on
couple.
top in that relationship?
I think
Well,
they
in my
spit.
head, I know who is.
I mean, it sure seems like Sky Blue would win that match, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you do, to quote Joe Bob.
Mm-hmm.
But what should we rate this episode, you guys? It was a banger.
Well, I want to say real quick, I don't know if this is on TV or not, but Bryan Danielson was out there talking to Osprey for a really long time, so I feel like
Oh
they
yeah,
cut it.
they're gonna feud.
The crowd was like so torn. It was just so much chanting. It was bruv, yes, bruv, yes. It was so much, and they would do it to each other too. Like bruv would say yes, and
yes,
Danielson would say
bruv.
bruv. It's like fuck, dude. There's so
Sometimes
much
you
chanting,
like,
I can't handle it.
yeah, sometimes you like everybody. And Diana,
Yes.
you've seen me yell in the ring, like, I like you both. I want you both to win.
I definitely do too. One of my chest signs was just do good wrestling because I love everyone.
I love that. What was your chest sign this week?
Bruv,
Bruv.
bruv, bruv.
Bruv. Fuck
Bruv.
yeah. I mean, should we rate the episode in little flying birds like ospreys, or
How about bruvs?
in bruvs?
How many bruvs?
Sold.
Yeah.
I put you on the spot, Johnny. How many bruvs?
I'm gonna give it 4 3/4 bruvs. I
Nice.
thought as close to a perfect episode of Dynamite as I can remember recently. Anyways, yeah, really, really, really good.
What did the ghost think?
Gave it 2 bruvs.
What?
What?
Ghost actually did some time in a prison, and he finds it very triggering to anything to do with Georgia. So he even had to
Wow.
miss the main event, didn't even watch.
Ghost. I am disappointed in you.
I mean, we could get a new ghost. There's a lot of dead people.
Not two.
Yeah, but
Oh
I mean,
my
he's
God.
our
Maybe
ghost.
we do need a new ghost. You're suspended, ghost.
Yeah, does Ghost even like wrestling?
Is it a Brendan ghost?
The ghost was on. The ghost was on set all day, and the ghost is very tired. The ghost had to go to a closet, and then the ghost had to break away from extras. And
Yeah, I'm getting a psychic text from Brendan, and he liked the part that was like Beyonce. Diana, how many bruvs?
yeah.
I am also giving it 4 3/4 bruvs. It was fucking amazing.
Why the demotion of 1/4 bruv?
I just feel like there's
Wasn't perfect.
exactly. It's not perfect. There's still room for a little bit more, but it was as good as a regular Wednesday night Dynamite.
I mean,
The
a
segment
regular
wa-
Wednesday
like-
night Dynamite, you guys, Okada, thumbtacks, like Ospreys.
I
Yeah,
still
the segment below backstage was kind of weird. You know,
Christian stole
just
a
wasn't
car.
perfect.
It's only half a bruv or a
It was
point of
it
a
was
bruv.
so nitro.
It was. I love Nitro, so I'm giving it 5 bruvs. Fuck y'all.
5 bruvs.
5 bruvs.
Okay,
5
cool.
bruvs.
I love the commitment. 5 bruvs. 5 bruvs. I love the
Yay.
Mistress Harley just likes to be entertained, and I was. So that means it is award season, not the Tony Awards, but our Awesome Pod Awards.
Oh, you know what? Next year maybe we should do like a real awards thing.
Heck
That'd be
yeah.
funny.
We should, and Diana and I hosted a award at the Oscars, which I believe will be airing soon. Soon.
Probably with the same, like the
Awesome.
Oscars are this week, so it's probably then.
Yeah, yeah. We need some kind of
Yeah,
wrestling
yeah.
awards.
We should do an end of the year award show.
Yeah, let's fucking do it, man.
That would be so
Any
cool.
excuse.
Best baby, best heel.
Yes,
Yeah,
any excuse to
man.
buy a ridiculous dress for sure.
We will both dress, and Johnny, you will too.
Yeah,
You
Yes.
deserve
Oh,
it.
Johnny in a dress. Johnny in a dress. Johnny in a dress. Yes.
Well, I will wear a dress. I will.
Yay, bruv, bruv,
Bruv. This is how fast the forced feminization occurs. All right, so award season.
Awards. Okay.
I have amazing ones.
I think Johnny just said he looks amazing in a dress and owns many pairs of underwear because he cut out. But awards.
That's how I heard it
I
too.
mean,
Okay.
look at left.
Let's go with the John Holmes Biggest Dick of the Week award.
Oh, biggest dick.
Who you got, bruv?
Johnny?
So stick of the week. Now, a little torn here. The Young Bucks. I'm gonna go with the Bucks, and I'm actually gonna honorable mention to Okada for
Ooh.
joining debut and then joining those shit back. It's just it rubbed me the wrong way.
He's new here. He don't know.
Yeah, he's just sitting at the popular kids table, I guess.
Is he?
I mean, it's his first day at work.
I feel like
Listen, they're running the place. I mean,
the powerful kids, not
yeah,
popular.
but power, so much power, powerful, popular. At the end of the day,
Well,
it's hard to beat that for Dick of the Week. I can't.
no, I give it to Christian Cage
Christian
because
was the runner-up for sure.
because of the innocent Uber driver that he like tore out of the SUV and drove off into the night. That guy wasn't a wrestler, I don't
That
think.
is fair because the EVPs inflicted their evil on us, but Christian
wasn't
took it
like
out of the wrestling club.
Yeah, it wasn't like Jake Manning was driving the car. That was just some innocent driver man.
Okay, fair.
they fired Kenny Omega.
Oh, that's true. They did fire Kenny Omega.
Oh, good point. They both are.
I
They're all
mean,
dicks.
That's
So
a
many
dick
dicks in
move.
AEW.
Yeah, but Diana, you have to either pick or tie or what?
I'm gonna tie. I can't pick between them. They're all fucking dicks.
I accept your tie vote.
Yay!
But
So
I know who gets Hero of the Week.
Who could it be?
It's got to be Jericho with the bat coming to Hook's aid. That was so cute. They're going to be best friends forever.
Yes, totally. Nothing can go wrong ever there.
Yeah, I agree. That was probably the most heroic thing that happened this week was
Oh, yay! He came
Jericho
ready with
making the
his
save on
bat.
Hook.
Yay!
Yay.
Award.
Now,
And-
I just know as long as you never ever throw Jericho a party celebrating your friendship, you'll be okay.
Noted.
It's true. Don't do that.
Never.
Shit goes weird.
You know what? I think he gets a little skeezed out by it. He's like, "Oh, best friends party."
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Who do you guys have for the Freddy versus Jason match or showdown of the week?
I'm torn. I
Main
want to
event.
tie it. I got to tie it between Osprey and thumbtacks.
Ooh, that is a good point. I feel
Yeah.
like Osprey kind of beat it out, but that was a fucking good match too.
You know I like blood.
Yeah,
It was great. It was fucking great.
yeah, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Osprey Al Fletcher. That's one of the best matches on TV this year so far, in my opinion.
Agreed.
It was a really good match. It was really good and really technical, and if they had had thumbtacks, it would have been no tie.
Fair.
I mean,
Osprey, you
fair,
need
fair
more
enough.
thumbtacks. Get with it.
No, Osprey's too good for thumbtacks. He's like, are you kidding? Look at me. Look at me.
I
and
know.
You can't.
Be a little more humble and put some thumbtacks out there. Oh, Ric Flair, Fashion Icon of the Week award.
Woo! I give it to Okada in
Ric
his
Flair's
snazzy
great.
suit.
He looks sick. He did.
He looks cool.
I do agree. Uh, I'm gonna give a nod to Brian Cage's improved ring gear.
Yes. Love
You're like the teacher that gives the kid a good grade for like doing better than last time. It's not
No,
perfect,
his
but
He's
you
getting a
try.
participation.
And I saw on his Instagram, he said he'd had it for like 9 months or something, was waiting for the right time to break it out. I don't know why this was the right time, but it looked fucking baller.
Yeah.
However,
That
my
shows-
fashion icon actually going to the audience member who is just like Ralphus.
Oh my God, that guy was
Oh, I
incredible.
loved it too. I love that so much.
He was literally the first person I saw when I got to the arena. I'm like, this is gonna be a good night.
Yes, rocking the
Yeah.
half tee the whole night. It was awesome.
Amazing. It made Chris so happy. Like, good for him.
Yes.
Oh,
Girl,
you,
protect him.
you know what I just thought about is that this episode was so nitro, and they're right there in Atlanta.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, the home base of WCW for so many years. I don't know.
That
Hey,
was the
still got
place
that
to do it.
vibe.
Yeah. Definitely the place to do it. Well, I mean, I feel like everybody on the episode could have fought Lincoln and won. That's how good it was.
I think.
What?
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln, famous wrestler, Old Hickory, the biggest buck on the lick.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you
Old
know he was
Hickory.
good though?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually have been reading a very interesting book about Abraham Lincoln's wrestling career. So, for those of you that don't know, Abraham Lincoln wrestled like pro-slavery people. It's incredible. It was incredible.
That's awesome.
His wrestling career was incredible. People wanted to do like no holds barred matches with him, and he was like, I like the rules. So, of course, he became president.
Wow.
Yeah, highly recommend doing a little historical overview of the wrestling career of Abraham Lincoln. But what are we promoting this week, Johnny Taylor?
Oh, so I had my birthday show, and I gotta say it was a fucking blast.
Did they throw money?
Yay.
Well, yeah, no one threw money, and we did have a pretty loud drunk person in the crowd that had to be addressed. But other than that, everybody killed. So fun, packed out. Couldn't have gone better. So thank you everybody that came out.
Yay.
Next weekend, I'm in Seattle, headlining Capitol Hill Comedy Bar. Come see me. And then the next night, I'm at the Neptune Theater with Brian Posehn. And then we're all over the place. We're at Buffalo, in Buffalo at Helium, first weekend of April. Then we're going to go to Norfolk, Nebraska, headlining some theater there. And then we're going to be in Arlington at the Arlington Draft House in Virginia. So if you're on the East Coast, you got a couple chances to see me. So come out.
You are roving with your bindle and your stick. Diana, what are you promoting
Sure
this
am.
week?
Just the upcoming season premiere of The Last Drive-In,
Woo!
March 15th.
The drive-in will never die.
Fuck yeah.
I'm sure your makeup's going to look pretty good.
Decent.
Diana always looks fucking incredible. Did you see pictures from the Vampire Ball where she had red hair and we almost matched and it was like kind of creepy hot twinsies?
I thought it looked great.
Fuck yeah, it
Amazing.
did.
Thank you.
But I am Mistress Harley. I'm the author of the Scam Book for Guys Who Love to Lose, an instant scam. Did you know there's a whole group of people that just like to be ripped off? If you're one of those people, I'm your gal. And we are the Awesome Pod.
Woo.
Namaste, W.
Namaste,
Namaste, W.
Next time, Raggedy Bitches.